Hello, welcome to another episode of New Media Tech, and this week's going to be a quick one. We're actually running a little bit behind tonight because we're having some technical difficulties. In fact, if you're in the chat room and we don't respond to you, very sorry. The computer we run our chat room monitor on apparently died sometime during the day today, and I just realized before the show started I was trying to get it fixed, but after about 20 minutes or so trying to figure it out, I decided to go ahead and do the show minus it. But I do have the chat room in front of me, but I have other notes in front of me as well. But it's going to be a pretty quick week anyways. Not a lot happened this week. I'm going to talk about some of the things that are going on. Some things we did based on a suggestion from a couple friends of mine, and I think it's going to be a good thing. Plus, also want to talk about a new place we're putting our videos. We're going to see how it does compared to YouTube. Now, so far, it seems like it's been doing pretty good for us, although YouTube's always been one of our low count things anyways. We would typically get 4 times as many downloads as we do views on YouTube, and we've always just kind of set it aside as being an alternate. It was never our main thing we do. We do put those videos on our website, which is probably why some of those view counts are as high as they actually are. So the one thing that we did this week is we started streaming audio. We haven't done that in the past. That's something new. Talking to some friends, they suggested that we maybe start streaming our shows via audio. Now, some shows obviously don't make sense, I don't think, in audio. Let's Make It being one of them, although it's going to get streamed just like the other ones are. But our shows have always been more interactive and less talk, although that's changing with some of the new shows we're bringing on. They're almost all talk. In fact, you could get just as much out of them listening to them as you would out of watching them. So, because they're not as interactive, like in Let's Make It, we show you things we're doing on the screen in the code, but these are more talk. 2 of them sports shows, one of them about fantasy sports, one of them about college sports. And you can just as easy listen to that in a car while driving as you can whenever you're sitting in front of your iPad watching it, or you're watching on your Roku or whatever. It's as good. So maybe the radio thing's gonna make more sense for us coming up here, and I'm hoping so. We haven't really seen. We've always been on Stitcher, and that hasn't been one of our biggest draws. Our old security show that we're trying to bring back, Security Coded, actually was a pretty decent hit on Stitcher. A lot more audio downloads than there was video downloads of that show. So with us trying to bring that back, it's another good reason to go to the other radio thing. So basically, we're streaming. I would say basically consider it Shoutcast. If you know what Shoutcast is, we are streaming the same audio that we're broadcasting live all the time to Ustream and all the other places. And we now send it out to TuneIn Radio, which is live. We're on Stitcher Live and on iTunes Radio. So we're all those different places now. Well, we didn't used to be live before. You always could download the podcast, but now we're in the live format where you can click and listen to what's being broadcast right now. So that's something we did this week. Yet to be determined how well it works, but if you are into video broadcasting and your shows kind of make sense in an audio only format, then it's definitely something you should look into, because it's just a whole other medium to get out to reach people. So that was this week. We did not get to our YouTube live test this week, which I really wanted to, but there have just been some other things that are taking precedence over testing that, and some of them being the new shows that are coming on. Now, I want to do a little update. I'm going to do this for the next couple of weeks as I do this. I'm still working on the switcher, and this is where we're starting. So I got parts of it. Actually, I have the 2 other boards that are here. I just don't have them mounted yet. And there's wires attached to them, so I'm testing all the lights out, make sure they all work. But it's coming week by week, a little bit more and more. And that's going to continue down the road as we talk about things. All right, so let's see. What else did we do this week? Well, we made a couple changes in the studio, which you probably can't tell. I think I've shown the studio tour before where I was using upside down monitor mounts. I switched all those out now. They're actually using longer poles, so our cameras are all lower. So we're still in the adjustment period of that. In fact, this is the first show that I've done with the new camera positions. So tonight's the first night for that. And let's see, what else have we done? Well, the other thing we've done, and we're going to try to use it for the next show at Let's Make It, is, we started using Wirecast. And the thing is, with the stream is not seeing Wirecast until this week sometime. We're going to go ahead and move all the streaming over to Wirecast as well. So we have a split screen thing we've been testing, and it seems like it works pretty well using the desktop presenter that comes with Wirecast. So I've been using a Apple TV to get that video in, and I'm going to start using the desktop presenter for my screen and that will allow us to put a double box so we can show you what's going on with the Arduino over here and what's going on with the code right here in front of me. So that's something new. We're going to try it. I have the backup still ready to go if I have to go to Apple TV, but we're going to try that for the next show. So if you're watching the stream live, it's going to be a little bit weird because you won't see my screen in the stream. You're only going to see what's on the other camera. So it's going to be a little weird just for this week. It's our testing process. Okay, let's see. What else did we do this week? We had... Oh, yeah. So let me go out here and talk about this other network that we have started putting things up on. It's called Dailymotion. And I'm going to go get a count here real quick. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's see. My account. Videos. And I'm trying to find the videos that we have released so far. We haven't released a lot of them yet. They're still being updated with content as far as the text goes. 1 second here. And make sure this is muted. So we put a video up there last night and we've already gotten 92 views, and we've never advertised at all on this network. It's a brand new thing for us to try. Which is pretty good considering that we put up there just yesterday. 92 views on something we never promoted before. I'm actually pretty impressed by that. So we're uploading all of our videos and we're going to see how it works out. And then our outsourcer Maria is going to go out and update all the content, all the keywords and descriptions and everything. And as she does that, she'll release all the videos out there and we'll see how well it goes. So far, I've been pretty impressed. So we'll see how traffic-wise and maybe even audience-wise, what we get changes in. So that's something that's coming up as well. As I mentioned before, we have a whole bunch of new shows coming up. I've been telling you this for weeks, and we're getting a lot closer. I'm talking to the sports show host today, and we're getting all the final little pieces down for that and trying to pick the night and the time. So we're getting very close on all that stuff, too. It's a lot of work to put together a show, and right now we're doing about 7 to 9 of them, depending if 2 of them actually happen or not at one time, and it's a lot of work going back and forth. Getting all the stuff ready. All right, so let's see here. Like I said, this week's gonna be very quick. Just giving you a few quick updates as we go forward. These hopefully will get a little bit more in depth. But if you have questions, that's definitely when you need to let us know what the questions are, and we'll bring a particular subject up because that's how we know we're doing what you want. And that's kind of what our original hope was, is we get started, people would ask questions and we dive into that subject a little bit deeper. But we haven't really been getting a lot of questions recently. So we definitely would want your input on what you want us to talk about in the future, so we can spend some more time and go into depth on things. And we do some things we talked about in the very first couple of shows of like material to like kind of walk through how to do things. And we do have that stuff underway, but it's gotten sidetracked and kind of put on the back burner temporarily for this new store we're putting up for the Let's Make It show with some of the technical difficulties we're having with that. And plus, when we decided to do Alexa TV, that's when the other shows are going, and that's all being built simultaneously next to the store. And you all put all stuff together, it just kind of bogs you down a little bit. All right, let's see. In my list of notes for this week, let's see what else I have here. I had no viewer feedback this week, which is unusual. No viewer feedback for this show. I had plenty for Let's Make It this week. But we have a lot of viewer feedback for Let's Make It. And let's see. No, you know what? I don't want to keep everybody hanging on for no reason this week. So this is just a hi, how you doing? I note to say that we won't be here next Monday. Next Monday being Labor Day in the United States, we will be not doing a show. We're going to spend it with our families and not do a show. Now, the following Monday, we're back. In fact, on Let's Make It, if you watch Let's Make It show, we have a special guest coming on the 9th as well, and to give us some information about some of the products his company creates. So that's coming up on the 9th as well. All right, I'm going to let everybody go for this week because, like I said, there's not much going on from our point of view this week, and we'll catch you all on the 9th. If you're in the United States, have a great Labor Day. Make sure you go out, cook out with the family, spend time with them. The last holiday of the summer, I guess is the way you want to put it. All right, everybody, we'll see y'all in 2 weeks on the 9th. For show notes for this show, contacts, and more, go to the TechZen.tv website where you can get show notes for all of our shows. We love to hear from our viewers and listeners. We have an email, a Twitter, and a phone number where you can contact us for each show. For details, visit the TechZen.tv website and get the show details. You can also make a video and upload it somewhere like YouTube or Vimeo and then just send us a link. You never know, you may see your video in a future show. You can get all of our shows delivered automatically to your favorite device by going to your favorite podcast website like iTunes and subscribing. Each of our shows also has a YouTube channel you can subscribe to get regular updates. Our shows are also available on most internet radio networks like Stitcher and TuneIn Radio. You can also watch and listen to our shows on Xbox, TiVo, and Roku. You can even find us on your Zune.